Imagine not being able to read the paper because your hands were shaking. Imagine not being able to read newsprint as your world faded to black. The National Federation of the Blind Newsline Indiana television show with your host, Lee Martin, and co-host Florence Myers.
We want to welcome you to the National Federation of the Blind Newsline show. And I'm Lee Martin, your host.
And I'm Florence Myers, co-host.
Well, Florence, I tell you, every Sunday we're here, and it's a blessing to be able to share with our listening and viewing audience. There's so much. We bring in so many different people from different demographics, and they have so much to share in educating our general public on what it is to be blind. And understanding as we bridge those gaps of visible differences, as Dr. Kenneth Jernigan would have said, I wonder what he would have thought about that in these days and times. I don't think his principles would have changed much at all. But, today we have a guest, and I met her a number of years ago. And ever since, we've been able to communicate and just be colleagues, and it's just been a pleasure. And I want to introduce our listening and viewing audience to a person that has a servant's heart. She has that type of capacity, and it expands beyond a lot of communications. And I want to introduce you all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, Miss Dorthy Griffin. How are you doing today, Dorthy?
I'm doing awesome. How are you guys?
We are doing well. We're doing awesome too.
We really are. And just thank you once again for coming on to our show. So let's get started because we got a lot to cover.
All right. And Miss Dorthy Griffin, Lee started off with talking about a servant's heart. And there is a quote, actually, makes me think about a quote that I've heard Muhammad Ali say, service to others is a rent we pay on earth for our room in heaven. And you have a servant's heart. You're into servant leadership. You're doing a lot of things. And as Lee mentioned, thank you so much, because it is a privilege to have you as our guest today. Now tell us about you, who you are, what you do. You do so much. I do know that you're an outreach manager for NFB Newsline, but tell us about you, Dorthy Griffin.
All right, so thank you. So I am, first of all, I am a believer in God, and I'm married. And I am a parent, so we have a blended family, and I have 3, and my husband has 4. So we have a lot of grandkids and some great grandkids too. And I'm also the president of the National Federation of the Blind of Georgia affiliate. And I am a business owner also, as well as the outreach manager for NFB Newsline and some other things, but I'll stop there.
Wow.
Well, I know that you stay so very, very busy doing so many great things for so many people. I just want to know, when did you first feel like you were called to serve others?
So I would say, I was actually baptized at 9, and all through, my young life and my early adult life, I knew that I was supposed to do something, right? And when I moved to Atlanta, went to a mega church. And I wanted to do things, but I thought if I interfered, right, and say, I want to do that, then the person who was doing it would kind of feel like, how you coming here trying to take my position, right? And then as life went on, I found out that a lot of times people get, you know, put in those positions for a long time, and they really wish somebody would say, I'll do that now. So eventually I just decided, you know, that I had to do things to help other people because I'm supposed to be a servant. So that's what I do is I serve.
Okay. Now you said that that's what you do. So you it started in Atlanta. Um, Now, is that where you believe that your passion started? Because sometimes, you know, some people are just born leaders. Some people are just born with servant leadership. Uh, so, where do you believe that that passion actually came from? Just wanting to serve others.
So I grew up in a big family, and so I was like number 9 out of 10, and so everybody pretty much served me because I was one of the younger ones, right? So I think it really became evident to me when I moved to Atlanta, and one Thanksgiving my children were going home to see their dad for Thanksgiving, and I was like, "What can I do? I don't want to sit here and do nothing." So I went to the DeKalb County Jail for the Hosea Feed the Hungry, and I got a chance to go there. And then when I saw the big vats, I was like, I can't do that. I can't cook that much food. So I decided to wash dishes. And so I'm real good at washing dishes. So I got to meet Hosea himself. And he came over and actually had a conversation with me. And so that I think started me really wanting to serve.
So now, were you saying that you met Jose Andre? Jose, who is the Jose? Is that Jose Andre Montez?
Hosea, the one that has his daughter has the Hosea Feed the Hungry Foundation.
Yes, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great person to meet,
Yeah.
I tell you. So tell me something. You have done so much work, but I just want to know, has your passion for serving changed over time?
No, nope. I like to help. I'm a people person. And so wherever I can help, I will. I really was wanting to be a high school teacher. And so I only made it during my vision loss to an associate in teacher education. And then I kind of got discouraged. And so I was like, well, now that I'm helping blind people, I am teaching, you know, and I figure out I don't have to have a bachelor's or master's or doctorate to teach blind people. I just teach them what I know and hope that they teach others in their journey.
Dorothy, now how has serving others shaped your sense of purpose?
So, because I believe, you know, that I'm a servant of God and I'm supposed to serve, then I really enjoy it. It's something that's heartfelt, and I have a big drive to do it. So, I think, you know, that's my purpose is to serve while I'm here on earth.
Now, Dorothy, I would like to know, can serving change a person's life?
Yes. So, serving helps you to, you know, understand where you may have come from. So I know when I struggled when I moved to Atlanta and others helped me, you know, to get me past my hardships. And so I think it will, for a lot of people, give you a good feeling that you're helping others in whatever capacity that you serve, and that it will, you know, change your mindset and change your heart.
Well, your heart is a big heart, and we're going to take a short break. So would you keep that big heart there for us and our listening and viewing audience until we come back from break?
Certainly.
All right, then. Well, we'll be back, most certainly, as Dorothy Griffin says. So stay tuned.
If you or someone you know is visually impaired or print challenged, the National Federation of the Blind has a resource you need.
I use NFB Newsline when reading Hammond Northwest Times.
Using NFB Newsline, I read the Christian Science magazine.
Dad, you read Jerusalem Post too.
Learn more by calling 855-963-6476 or visit nfbnewsline-in.org.
Live the life you want. Read NFB Newsline.
It's free.
With my failing eyesight, I'm not able to read regular newspapers, and I'm not able to keep up with obituaries.
I've been a homemaker all of my life, but since my vision has failed, I wish I could read my favorite magazines.
Have you heard of the NFB Newsline?
Learn more by calling 855-963-6476 or visit nfbnewsline-in.org.
Subscribe free to NFB Newsline today.
If you or someone you know is visually impaired or print challenged, the National Federation of the Blind has a resource you need.
Wow, I scored a touchdown when I found sports on NFB Newsline.
I enjoy reading TV guide listings on NFB Newsline.
Learn more by calling 855-963-6476 or visit nfbnewsline-in.org.
We are the nation's blind. We read NFB Newsline.
It's free.
I just graduated college as a blind student. How can I independently find job listings?
Thanks to the National Federation of the Blind, visually impaired Hoosiers can hear newspapers, circulars, and magazines from across the globe.
It is a fantastic service.
Learn more by calling 855-963-6476 or visit nfbnewsline-in.org.
We are the nation's blind, and we read NFB Newsline.
Welcome back to this segment of the National Federation of the Blind Newsline, Indiana. And Miss Dorothy Griffin, you are a phenomenal woman. What impact are you hoping that your service has to others?
So for me, I'm hoping that when I am no longer here, that what I did as serving, that others will serve and help my children. And that my children they serve too, so they do a lot. And I just hope that I've done enough for someone to help my children, and that, when hopefully I get to heaven, that, that they say, well done, my good and faithful servant, come on in. That's what I'm hoping.
That kind of leads right on into the leadership growth. And just want to know, what does servant leadership look like in action? In action, how are you looking in action?
So for me, I'm always busy, always helping. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes everybody is not, into it with you. And some people are. So, but you have to stay persistent, right? And you have to stay, I always say, presidential, always be on my best and to do my best. So I think that's Dorothy. Okay,
so now how do you lead in still stay grounded in service?
So I enjoy and love the leading, and how I stay grounded is a lot of prayer. Sometimes I even, just may take a vacation. It's not often that I get a personal vacation because I'm always working vacations, but I try to do that and spend time, just talking with my family and in things that I enjoy to talk about, and not necessarily do I have to serve them. I can just be me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, You know, people are just people, and we have all kinds, all types, all sizes and shapes. And I just want to know, what lessons have volunteering taught you about people?
That people are going to be people. Some are going to be good and okay with it and appreciate it. And then some are like, they'll take what you say, but you eventually find out that they didn't put it into action.
Okay, so tell us, if you would, what challenges have you faced while serving others?
So, as a president, I do a lot of, calling, checking, helping others, giving them some good direction, and and just trying to be I won't really say a friend, because that's a little bit more, but just trying to be someone that they feel that they can talk to me, that they feel that whatever it is that they talk to me about, I keep it in confidence and things like that, and that I direct them in the right way, that they can definitely be sure that they would be safe in whatever it is that I have given them or talked to them about doing.
Well, Dorothy, tell me, with all of that and so much that you're doing, you know, how do you avoid burnout or passion fatigue?
Get a lot of sleep. It's hard because I love it. I mean, I'm up like 3 o'clock in the morning, making sure that I have everything from the day before done, and emailing, and even sometimes I feel bad. I do text people, but I know the ones that stay up late and don't mind, and those that I should not be doing. But I'm always, wanting to make sure that I'm doing all that I can do to help, no matter what type of help they need, as long as it's legal.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now, how do you feel that volunteering is important in today's society?
So I think it's very important. And in some circumstances, it's something that's needed. So what I'd like to say to people who say, well, I don't know what I can do, right? Especially in the blind community. And I will say, do you know how to use your phone and make phone calls? And they'll say yes. And I was like, okay, I have this fundraiser. I just need you to call, maybe the bowling alley, and get the information that I want you to do. And then, that's being active. So I like people to be active, actively do something, if it's even just a phone call to check up on somebody and let them know that, somebody cares and somebody is thinking about them.
You hit the nail on the head there when you're talking about members of the blind community and serving, and it's very important. So, do you think everyone has a responsibility to serve, and if so, why or why not?
So I think everybody does, and that they should, because it's, important, and you never know when you will need help and somebody to serve you. So serving comes in a lot of different ways. And so, even if it's as small as a mustard seed, you can do something to serve someone else.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, how can the community encourage more people to get involved?
So with the technology nowadays, it's everywhere. So I think, maybe getting involved in your local community, even if it's just attending the meetings to know what's going on in your community and where there are meetings or things that you can help to do. Sometimes it could be just, cooking some food and taking it to a neighbor on your block. So, there's like I said, a lot of different ways to serve, but I do think getting involved in your community is, at probably a lower level of getting around and getting things done, but it will make you feel good, and then you'll be ready to go to bigger and better things. Not that that's not better. I'm sorry.
That's a great answer, So, what is one small act of service you think that someone can do today?
So I really think that making those phone calls, because we have a lot of people that suffer from mental health, and a phone call to them just to let them know that somebody cares is a huge thing. Sometimes if you drive, right, and you can help, someone to get to the grocery store, or, maybe they need some clothes shopping, and there's always little things that you could do right just in your community itself.
Wow, there's such great answers there. So what we're going to do, Dorothy, we're going to take us a short pause, and we're going to come back with the conclusion of our program today. And Florence, so many seniors out there that needs help, and so many children out there that needs help. So Dorothy, I am so proud of you with service. So we're going to take us a short pause and come back. You gonna count me down?
We have disabilities.
And we make you uncomfortable.
It's why you love to vote as prom king.
But do you remember us on Monday?
You are afraid to see us fail.
It's why you place us in jobs
with few challenges.
We make you nervous.
So you do really silly things.
Like talking louder to someone who's blind.
Now, think about that.
And then take a deep breath.
Relax.
Relax.
Just be yourself.
Be you.
Just be cool.
Because most certainly,
I am.
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 This guy is. We are.
Thousands of Indiana residents feel isolated from the world due to vision problems. Thanks to the National Federation of the Blind, visually impaired Hoosiers can hear newspapers, circulars, and magazines from across the globe.
I'm a Vietnam veteran. I'm blind. I read Stars and Stripes on NFB Newsline.
Learn more by calling 855-963-6476 or visit nfbnewsline-in.org.
Subscribe free to NFB Newsline.
If you or someone you know is visually impaired or print challenged, the National Federation of the Blind has a resource you need.
I am a CFP practitioner, and I happen to be blind. I rely on NFB Newsline to keep me current with Wall Street Journal and the Financial Times.
Hoosiers can hear Indiana magazines, circulars, national magazines, and information from across the globe. Learn more by calling 855-963-6476 or visit nfbnewsline-in.org.
Welcome back to the conclusion of our show, and Ms. Dorothy Griffin. We started this show with the theme, Service to Others is the rent we pay on earth for our room in heaven. Tell us, if you would, what does that mean to you?
So when I first kind of read it, I thought, okay, we pay rent, we pay mortgage, we pay all kind of bills, right? And here on earth, but the serving part is one that I feel is something that all of us should do in order to help everyone that we can possibly reach out to, because it will, it will come back to you tenfold.
Great answer.
Absolutely.
So, Dorothy, what legacy do you hope that your service creates?
So I'm hoping that people say, that Dorothy, she did everything, and sometimes she needs to take a break, but I understand that it's a good thing to do. And so I'm going to do some service too that I didn't do when she asked me to do it. So, and I hope, like I said, that people think about, my children and my children's children, and if they ever need help, that someone reaches out to them.
Okay, now before we go, Dorothy, are there any parting words that you would have for our listening and viewing audience today?
So I would say to the listening, those who are listening, is to just think about what it is that you can do. And it doesn't have to be anything huge. That will come. So, just do the light things and help. And I think you will find yourself growing later.
Well, Dorothy, we just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your big heart.
Yes.
And the service that you do, because when I talk to you, and you're always busy, you're always offering, and you never complain. So just say, we just thank God for you and your presence and what He's allowing you to do in our society.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, and so until the next time, and we'll have a next time, Lord willing, to have you on the show, and maybe we can get your husband Alan to come on with you, because you two are a really great team. And,
yeah, the NFB husband, huh?
NFB husband. So we'll talk more about that. And to our listening and viewing audience, have a servant's heart. Take care of one another, take care of our communities, and our communities will take care of each of us. Until next time, God bless.
The National Federation of the Blind Newsline Indiana television show. For more information, go to nfb-in.org or call 855-963-6476. That's 855-963-6476.